Hello folks, Why Guy here again. Welcome to my home on this very beautiful summer afternoon. Closer to evening actually. This is take 2, by the way, of this video. The first time, and I'm watching the sprinkler as it's going. You know, we bought one of those timers, you know, that you buy that you just hook onto a garden hose and has a battery in it. And I didn't know it was set, and it came on and drenched me. My first try of doing this video. So if you happen to see these spots, these dark spots all over my t-shirt, it's not because I'm a sloppy eater, okay? I got drenched. The name of this video is called The Why Guy, Why Some No Longer Believe in Hell. You know, if you happen to have some friends, you subscribers happen to have some friends, and they're curious, why don't you believe in hell? I mean, there's got to be more to the fact that, come on, that just God is love and blah, 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 and, you know, and... You know how you've heard it all, you subscribers. You know what I'm talking about. So in case any hell believers happen to be watching this video, welcome. And it's okay that you believe in hell. It really is. But attention, hell believers. Do you want to know the main reason why some of us no longer believe in hell? Because, and I quote, we have come to know and believed the love which God has for us. God is love. And the one who abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. That's 1 John 4:16. You know, the other reasons, that's the main reason. But the other reasons, plural, are more technical and not nearly as important as love. But I'm going to supply a countdown to at least 17 reasons that I'm going to call hints instead of reasons, okay? Just call them hints. You stay over there, water. Anyway, hint number 17. Here's a countdown. There's no mention of hell ever being created, so I'm supposed to believe that God cares more about me being informed of when and how he created birds and bugs, etc., but not the creation of a place where countless billions are going to spend an eternity, according to Christian doctrine? Really? Hint 16. Jews traditionally never believed in any kind of hell. Prove me wrong. Look, Google Jewish Encyclopedia or Jewish beliefs in hell. I challenge you. Hint 15. Jesus was a Jew. And that's for those folks who are saying, well, nobody spoke of hell more than Jesus did. Baloney. He never mentioned it. First off, hell is an English word, and Jesus, I don't think, spoke English. And second, it came from the Latin word infernum. And he's addressing mainly people who spoke Hebrew and Aramaic. Okay. Hint 14. There's no mention of hell in the Old Testament. Hint 13. There is no word in the Hebrew language that represents an underworld or netherworld. Hint 13. No, I already said 13. Hint 12. The Greek Septuagint, which is the Greek Old Testament. This is what I meant when I said it's not found in the Old Testament. Published around 250 BC. There's no mention of hell. Okay? Hint 11. Hell, which I already said was infernum in Latin, is a Latin-based word from ancient Latin pagan beliefs and pagan rituals. Look up the history of infernum. Okay? Hint 10. Jesus spoke Aramaic and Hebrew. I already kind of mentioned this earlier, and not Latin, considering the average Jew spoke Aramaic and Hebrew and not Latin. Are you following me? Jesus said he came for the house of Israel and not to the house of Latin. All right? So why would he speak the language? I realize this, what I just said, is more conjecture on my part. Yet common sense is on my side on this one. Okay? Hint number 9, Jesus was a Jewish rabbi in the eyes of the people at that time. And a rabbi would never use a pagan word representing a pagan place that promotes pagan beliefs of a pagan kingdom ruled by a pagan god from a different language while talking to the Jews. Think about it. Hint number 8. Historically, at the time the first Bible was written, the mainstream Latin religion and government were one and the same. And they used fear to control the peasants. And at that time, the peasants couldn't read or write. So they used this folklore of hell to teach, use it to teach and to keep them in fear and in bondage. Hint number 7. The Latins took the Greek manuscripts and letters where hell was never mentioned, or infernum, where it's never mentioned before, and they inserted it, hell, infernum, 111 times in the Latin Vulgate, circa 440 AD, both in the Old and the New Testament. So, as I said, hint number 12, the Greek Septuagint, published around 250 BC, there's no mention of hell. And yet, it was stuck in there. And it's far older than the Vulgate. Are you following me? A precedent was already established with the Septuagint that there's no hell. So between 600 and 700 years later, the Latins throw it in there? Really? Okay. Hint number 6. The Church of England was in competition with the Church in Rome, and they printed the King James Bible using much of the Latin Vulgate to do it. Yet they put hell in their version, King James Version, only 56 times. So what happened to those other 55 hells from the Vulgate? Hint 5. None of the modern Bibles agree with how many times the word hell should exist. None agree. That's a huge hint. But this is a countdown. Hint 4. The book of Acts provides a historical account of the early church being established. It covered 35 years, and there are 27 accounts of the gospel message being preached, and hell was never mentioned. Hint 3. Paul warned of preaching a different gospel. Guess what, folks? He never mentioned hell. That's a big hint. Hint 2. Too many discrepancies and all of these other hints that I've mentioned to support the doctrine of hell. Too many discrepancies. Okay? This should cause you to think about it. At least think about it. And then, if you think a little further, research it. And try to prove guys like me wrong. That's what I did. Let me see. I come across this video. Let me see. Gary Amaral from Tentmaker. I mean, I made fun of him. I did. I went, I called him names, things like that. You know, when I watched his video. And then, of course, when his wife Michelle did a video called Testimony of a Jewish Woman. You got to watch that, guys, if you ever get a chance. That one pretty much took me over the top when I was still on the fence, trying to decide, well, am I going to research this or not? She took me over the side. Boy, that video was good. But then I came across Jerry Boschman. He's now the one that's running, by the way, he's the one that's now running Gary Amaralt's old ministry. Look him up. Gary's a gem. Jerry is a gem. He just is. Jerry Boschman. Anyway, he wrote a book called Hope Beyond Hell. So when I was reading that, and my head was going, no way, this can't be true. No way. And my heart was going, yes way. So I started researching, and I purposely wanted to prove Jerry wrong. Guess what happened? I couldn't. Anyway, I'm asking the same of you. Okay, now to close this video, last but not least, hint number 1. Answer to the question of why the word hell is in most Bibles. The early Latin church had a purpose. They had an agenda, and it was called deception. Simple as that. And they used fear as a tool to control the masses and for manipulating people. I kind of said that, gave a hint of that already, even though this is hint number 1. But the sad part of it here, folks, is it's still happening in most modern churches today. That's why I saved it for number 1. It's because it's going on today, and that's sad but true. Well, if you disagree with me and you want to leave a plight on this leave a comment on this YouTube channel, please be polite, or else I'll delete it. And I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm asking you to be polite with me. I mean, come on. Anyway, and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down according to your comment. And consider subscribing if you haven't already. And consider supporting this channel. I'll leave the links on the Show Me More section of this YouTube channel. I'll leave some links to where you can do just that. Thank you for viewing.